thank you for representing your Bobcat football teammates in the first Heart Football Virtual Media Day. Noah, let's start with you first. You were the backup quarterback last year for the team. How has fall camp gone so far, and how is the quarterback group looking at this point?
Okay. Yeah, so we've had a pretty productive fall so far. Everybody's been getting after it. It's been pretty intense like you want it to. A couple of things we've changed from last year in the spring and then into this fall. For our offense, we're kind of changing some schemes so that we're getting more big on big blocking, so we're getting some big guys to block linebackers in space. And we also have a lot of guys that have game experience coming back, so that's always something you can't pass up on. So it's gonna be good to watch.
Luis, you were among the defensive leaders last season as you finished with 60 total tackles while just playing 8 contests. Personally, what are you looking to accomplish this season in your role as one of the defensive leaders?
I want them to keep the same way I was doing last year. Unfortunately, I had to go down with the right hand injury, but I want to get a team together, make sure everybody's on the same page, get everybody working together, get the turnovers we needed from last year. And personally, I want to get more sacks and maybe more tackle for loss this season. So.
Noah, the offense sometimes struggled last season. So after spring ball in the first week or so, fall camp, what areas do you think the offense will be better at this season?
Like I talked about, we had some injuries last year with some of our halfbacks going out blocking linebackers. So just having those big men getting out there blocking, that'll help us from staying healthy and everything. And also, we've been working on passing game a lot. We had a lot of receivers stay over the summer. So I just think with that, our running game will be improved with the blocking, and then with all the work we put in, I think our passing game will be better as well.
Luis, this is similar to Noah's question. At times last year, the defense gave up some big plays. What will the Bobcats do differently this year to see that those types of plays don't happen this season?
Yeah, we struggled a little bit last year, but this year Coach Manal has been working with us with the big plays, pictures, and making sure we get everybody together, trusting each other, communicating so we can eliminate those big plays while we're like against good teams like Grandview, Baker, and all that.
Luis, you are from Brazil. How did you get to Peru State? What has it been like for you on campus?
Oh, it's a funny story. I played football in Brazil for a year and a half maybe. I played 4 games, and my head coach in Brazil, he's from Beatriz. And then he told me about the opportunity when we were going away on a game in São Paulo in Brazil. And he gave me the news on the bus, and I was super excited. I didn't know how to react, but yeah, that's how it worked. And I went to Connecticut for 3 years, high school, and then I came here 2015.
Noah, you are from nearby Nebraska City, but originally went to Southwest Minnesota State. Why did you make the change?
Yeah, so out of high school, I just kind of wanted to maybe move away a little bit, try something different. I knew I'm from this area, I wanted to go somewhere else, so I went to SMSU, and once I got there, maybe it wasn't quite what I expected. I just wanted something different from my college experience, so I decided to move back to Peru, and I've loved the change, and I think going somewhere else and coming back, it makes me really appreciate how great Peru is. So.
All right, final question, guys. How are you expecting the season to go this fall?
I'm really pumped. This is going to be my last year, so just with all the experience we have coming back on both offense and defense, our lines should both be pretty good, which is really important. So I'm really excited. I think we're going to have a great fall.
Yeah, like he said, it's my last year also, so I'm trying to go out the best we can. And we have good leaders this year. Seniors are stepping up. The young guys are listening and getting work done, learning fast, getting plays quick. So it should be a good year.
All right, thank you both for your time, and good luck this fall.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Welcome, Coach Snyder. As you look forward heading into your 8th year at the helm of the Bobcat football program, what general observations do you have of this year's team so far since the start of fall practice?
Well, we finished fall camp yesterday, and within the 2 days, I should say. And as I shared with the players as a staff, we really like the leadership of our football team, and we talked to our guys a great deal about controlling what they can control, which is basically their effort and their attitude. And I would say our assessment at the end of 2 days is effort's been outstanding, attitude's been real positive. So certainly with quality effort, you get good work habits, and we've seen some strides and improvements in our football team. So kind of pleased with where we're at. We have a lot of work yet to do before August 31st, but we're kind of excited about our guys and the direction the program's headed.
Can you please identify a couple of your key returners on each side of the ball and what your expectations are of them?
Well, our expectations are to win a conference championship. The strength of our football team is probably going to be on the defensive side. We have 4 defensive linemen returning. Austin Rosas, Luis Constantino, Jordan Willis, and Cameron Schlender. And those guys have played a lot of football for us. The real positive thing, too, the 4 guys behind them are probably just as good as well. So we feel we have real quality depth in the defensive line. And that's kind of where it starts, and football is up front. So we're excited about our defensive linemen. And we have two cornerbacks in Victor Hubbard and Mardarius Adams, 2 guys that have been 3-year starters for us, and they're kind of lockdown guys. So we really are counting on those guys to shut off the top receivers in the conference. There's some pretty good receivers, and guys up front can be pretty disruptive and make some things happen. On the flip side, on the offensive side of the ball, with our option attack, it kind of starts with our quarterback and F-back. And Noah Casbaum, Harry Canoe are 2 quarterbacks kind of fighting out for a starting position. But they're both smart young men, make good decisions, good leaders. And Taj Eady, the F-back spot, is probably one of the better F-backs we've had during my tenure here at Peru State. He's had a little bit of a history with injuries, but if he can stay healthy, I think he'll be a force to be reckoned with in the heart. John Brady, John's will be a junior for us. John's handled our kicking duties the past couple of years, and certainly have high expectations of him as well.
You have a lot of newcomers on the team. Among those newcomers, who do you anticipate stepping in and helping the team?
Well, that's a good question, fair question. You know, we haven't been a big transfer recruiting school, but we have this past January we had a couple guys that come into our program, two linebackers, one linebacker and one DB. David Johnson from Mesa College and Deontay Dozer from Mesa as well. We certainly have high expectations of those guys to provide us some depth on the defensive side of the ball. We had 2 inside linebackers, Christian Gomez from Phoenix College and Cyrus Collins from UNK. They're fall guys that transferred in, so we have pretty high expectations of them as well. And during fall camp as well, Gio Maynard, a freshman DB from return guy from Omaha Burke, has really caught the notice of the coaching staff. He comes from a quality program. Omaha Burke won the Class A state championship last year, and we're fortunate to have Gio and a number of Omaha Burke guys in the program. As we look on the offensive side of the ball, Braden Cundiff, an athlete from Millard West, a super state kid, has kind of done really well in fall camp. We kind of moved him to F-back in our scheme of things. And just a quality athlete that brings a good skill set to the table. And we have a halfback, Zeron Wright from Tampa, Florida, has really caught the eye of coaches as well. He can make some things happen in space and has outstanding speed. And it's probably one of the faster guys on our football team. And probably a team as a whole, it's probably the best team speed we've had on both sides of the ball since I've been head football coach here.
Last year, your team finished 3-8, with 3 of those losses being by 4 points or less. What are some of the keys for your team to reserve that outcome this year?
Well, you know what? In the heart, there's not much difference between a 3-8 and an 8-3 team. To be quite candid about it, it's just a quality football conference, and to be successful, one you have to stay healthy. 2, win the turnover battle, and 3, make a few more big plays than your opponents. And in close games, we have to coach better as a staff as well. You know, our theme this year is finish, and last year we didn't finish games. The year before, we won 7 games and we finished most games, so we have to finish football games, coach better, and make plays down the stretch.
Outside of the key returners, who else do you expect to provide leadership on your team?
The simple answer is everybody, you know. I mean, we try to hold all our guys accountable and high expectations of them. We implemented a kind of a leadership council this last winter. In other words, we asked if anybody on the football team could apply for serve on the leadership council. We try to get cross-representation of guys on offense and defense, and maybe a first-year student rep and maybe a minority rep, etc. So we had a number of members of the football team applied and submitted a resume, and coaches reviewed those, and we selected about 15, 16 guys to head up the leadership council. And their charge is to provide communication between the football team and the head football coach and the rest of the staff, and just help guide the overall management of the program. And members of that council have done an outstanding job. They've been real pleased with the leadership and attention to detail and just the communication that the players have.
Is there anything else you would like to add regarding the upcoming season?
This isn't really regarding the upcoming season, it's more about life. We have a football player, Riley Holstein, who's he's at the Med Center in Omaha. He's been diagnosed with a blood leukemia, so he's in for a tough fight. Riley's a real positive person and great support structure in his family and friends and members of the team and his home community, and kind of helps keep things in perspective. I guess I would just ask folks out there to keep Riley in your thoughts and prayers.
All right, thank you for your time, Coach, and
Thank you.
Good luck this upcoming season.
Appreciate it. Best of y'all.